On March 11, 2011, one of the most violent earthquakes and tsunami shook Japan. From that day, the previously unknown place of Fukushima floods our homes with images of swirling waters and buildings ablaze. Hysteria related to the nuclear meltdowns added to the confusion. The Daiichi plant was one of the largest nuclear power stations that soon became the site of one of the worst man-made disasters in history. Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Today, I'm going on a tour to the Fukushima disaster area. I hope to explore some of the truth behind what is actually happening on the ground, and also uncover some stories about how the locals are rebuilding their hometowns. So everyone is handed a Geiger counter to monitor radiation levels throughout the day. Right now, in front of Tokyo Station, mine reads at about 0.2 microsieverts per hour, which is about what we would expect for average world background radiation levels.
This beautiful Fukushima was turned into this in just one day.
I'm feeling pretty nervous getting closer to the nuclear plants. Despite knowing that many areas are now decontaminated, I find myself constantly checking my Geiger counter.
Our first stop is the Namie JR station. This radiation monitoring post in Namie currently indicates levels of 0.2 microsieverts per hour, which is about the same as it was in Tokyo this morning. My Geiger counter also reads at 0.2 microsieverts per hour. So why is this tour important?
We believe we can change social understanding and economic situation in Fukushima. So many people in Fukushima is still suffering from the misunderstanding, and our tour provides a guest about the latest situation of Fukushima, and then they will see how hard the local people working for reconstruction.
I can still feel the destructive aftermath of the earthquake at this deserted izakaya, abandoned just as they were about to open for business. It's sad to see it left in this state for so long. Our next stop is the Yoshizawa farm. Cattle farmer Yoshizawa-san renamed it the Farm of Hope, Kibou no Bokujo, after he returned. Yoshizawa-san defied state orders to kill his cattle and single-handedly cares for them, even though they don't have any commercial value. His selfless actions bring hope. To feed almost 300 cows is no small task, and Yoshizawa-san receives over 3 tons of cow feed a day, mostly from donations. The cows are fed cabbages, bananas, and even pineapple skins. Yoshizawa-san's Cowzilla represents the plight of his forgotten cows, suffering alongside the thousands of families that were forced to abandon their homes. The message here is that these cattle deserve protection, not extermination. From this point, I am only 5 kilometers away from the Daiichi plant. Despite being so close, my Geiger counter reads at 0.11 microsieverts per hour, which is actually lower than measured in Tokyo this morning. In Japan, schools are designated evacuation buildings. Teachers had 8 minutes to make one of the most important decisions for the lives of their students: to stay or to evacuate. Courageously, they led the students to a nearby hill, or Hirayama. I'm now on top of Ohirayama, where the school evacuated. From here, they stood in safety while the water engulfed the landscape before them. What remains of the Ukedo Elementary School serves as an important testimonial to independent thinking. How did your impression of the area change the most?
What would surprise me the most was how intact the areas that have been put in exclusion zones are. They appear to be as they were from 9 years ago. I mean, when you look at vehicles like the one behind us, the tyres are flat, but it is the way someone parked it before it happened. And the other part that really surprised me would be what has been repaired and how people are back there and how there is activity in areas that have been re-released into habitation.
Tomioka was known for the sakura that bloom along its main boulevard. Now, however, most of the street is covered and barred away. Only former residents and workers can get special permits to enter for short periods of time. During blooming season, this place will be covered with pink blossoms. This coming spring, the Sakura Festival will be held again. For the locals, the festival will be an important symbol to encourage the vitality of the town.
Finally, I get to see the disaster area with my own eyes. After so many years hearing about it, it really feels like the beginning of a new future for years to come.